I'm Real Generic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 7, Volume 2. Now, this was going to be the tape, the second side of the tape by Mr. Birdsall, but I had a curious feeling this morning when I started to do this, and I wondered whether there was actually data on there. So, he says, picking up the data recorder, hopefully you can see that. And we're going to pop this in here, and I just wondered, and you can see I've already fast forwarded through it a little bit, and if you can hear, there's not much going on there. I'll do a little fast forward here. There's like background noise, so there's a little bit Ghost to the Past, but not an awful lot in that sense of what's going on. There's like a tick 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 noise. There's no that could just be the tape, to be fair, but it seems to be coming from the speaker. Let's fast forward a bit more. No, so we actually have nothing spectrumy on there, which is really disappointing. So this is actually almost fortuitous, though, in the sense of it. So that's a no. That's not going to work. But in the meantime, this arrived. He says this arrived. Can we zoom out a little bit? Oh, zooming in, zoom out. Look at this. This, and I hate moving the camera like that. This is a box of tapes, or What's on the Tape tapes, from my friend Douglas. Now, Douglas, these are actually Douglas's tapes from when he was a child. So, and he's got all kinds of things on here. Look, and I don't think there's anything in this box, but this one says it's got Blasteroids, Scrabble Escape, Vaders 2. So, fortuitously, Douglas has sent it. I'm hoping we can get something off them. But this one caught my eye. Look how mucky it is. How grimy that one is. That's a beauty, isn't it? That's a 60-minute. That's a 60-minute grime. And that's Douglas's writing on the bottom. It says games. Now, it's calling my name. So we're going to give this Alpha Plus a go, and we'll give it a try. I might give it a quick clean, though, first, to be honest with you. But, yeah, we're going to give that a go. So thank you, Douglas. These came in the post, and we're ready to go. So, without further ado, I'm going to get this. I'm just shifting it out of the way. You can see my carpet for a change from where I do it on the windowsill. There we go. We're going to give this a quick try. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, so our tape is in the drive, so ready to go. So we're going to go down to basic. Now this is the Spectrum from last week that actually had the little dicky fit where the keyboard didn't work. I think it's probably just because it wasn't used. So I've moved every key on the keyboard, and in the sense of sort of, you know, typing on it, and it's working now. So anyway, load the DIT, or load speech marks. So let's push the play button. We are on the first side of this tape, on this Alpha Plus tape that we just had a moment ago from Douglas. Now Douglas is a really nice guy. He has his own YouTube channel, which I'll put in the description below, so you can have a little look. He's got a tour of his brand new gaming room that he's had done. His missus has been very kind and helped him create his own special space so that he can record and do all kinds of things, and he did something on the Electron recently, which was kind of cool. I was really impressed by that. Now, the only thing I didn't do while I was thinking about this is I never tested this to see if there's any Spectrum noises on it, so this actually might be short-lived. No, there is Spectrum noises. Oh, thank goodness for that. For a minute there, by 8s. Ah, right. So this will need a load code. Let's just give us a rewind. Let's give us a load code. So break that. 8s. I wonder what this is. It's really nice. It's, do you know, something really special about getting something from people, and it's there. It's from their, you know, actually from them. It's from their personal collections. You know, their personal games. I did one a while back for another gentleman who now has his own channel as well. Cy Owen, and Cy Owen has a channel called Ginger Hippie, I think it is. I'll put a link in the description below anyway, so you can have a little look. But yeah, he sent one of his tapes. It was one of his dad's, actually, because Dad was a big Spectrum owner, and he'd made a special tape, a special tape. So yeah. Oh, land it's software. Exciting, intelligent game. Hard to stop playing once you've started. Never even heard of it. That's interesting. Leave your tape playing. This is good. This is good. This is good. Anyway, but yes, Douglas, well worth having a look at. Pop over to his channel, have a little look, see if you enjoy it. There'll be a link in the description below. So hopefully he's got some really nice things for you to look at. And he's just recently done something on the Electron, which is really, really good. And it makes me think that I really need an Electron for my collection. I kind of feel like I'm missing out because I haven't got an Electron. I think it looks really good, and you've got this SD card reader, similar sort of the Spectrum Div MMC, sort of a very similar sort of scenario where you can actually load games and software quickly from an SD card. Really cool. So I feel like I'm missing out there actually with this. So, oh look, I'd never even heard of this. 8s. An exciting, intelligent game, hard to stop playing once you've started. I hope that isn't corruption with these colours that are slightly different coloured there, or it could just be part of the screen loading. I don't know. We'll fingers crossed it works. Now I have got the mobile is here. We've got the mobile. We have the external tape deck. We have the MP3 player connector, so we've got that as well. So we've got all of those bits and pieces, and the mono adapter for when we need it. So we've got a lot of things going on here. Lots of things could possibly happen within this tape. So we'll see how we get on depending on the timing. My gut feeling is that if this is 60 minutes per side, we're looking at a good sort of time for sort of running time. Anyway, we're looking at kind of a reasonable sort of hour-long episode, assuming we got some nice good loads on it. But we'll see. We'll get towards the end. We'll get to the end of the tape and we'll work out whether or not we're going to continue or what we're going to do next week. Because I try and cut the sort of time size on these ones down just a slight bit. But if you saw, Douglas sent me a massive box of tapes, so we've got so much to go through. And I'd like to know where he got all the Horizon tapes from. He's got loads of Horizon tapes that he's recorded over with other stuff. I just don't even know where he's got them all from. I think his dad must have worked at a Spectrum tape cassette factory. That's what it was, and he got them all from there or something like that, maybe. Or maybe Douglas did. Maybe a bit young for that. He's not that old. You're not that old, Douglas. So, but yeah, there was just loads of Horizon tapes in there. Everybody else do that, record over the Horizon tape. I remember though that a lot of your Sinclair branded things came with a blank side. So Hungry Horace, for instance, had Hungry Horace on one side, and it says blank side on the other. And they didn't record it on both sides, they recorded it on one. I guess they were just feeling cheap. I don't know why they did that. Maybe it was literally a cheapness of process more than anything else. But did anybody actually record on those? I didn't. But I was kind of, for as much as my chaos involves piles of stuff, I knew where my stuff is, if that makes sense. And when it comes to sort of data management, I'm kind of a bit obsessed by it because it's what I do for a living, kind of thing. So I kind of obsessed a bit with data management. So even back in the days of the sort of Spectrum, I wouldn't have recorded on that blank-sided tape because it would have confused me that when I took it out that I had something else on it, if that makes sense. Okay, enter your first name. Oh wow, your first one's loaded. Your first name. My first name is Generic Demon. Or is it real? Hello, Generic, is that your name correct? Yes. Oh right, difficulty. Before you change your mind later and alter the level before a series, if you wish. Right, play the first card. I'm going to go with A, easiest. This must be 8s, I think. This is a card game, I think. Press 1 for Generic. Yeah, it's a card game. And I don't know how to play it at all. I don't even know what the card is, or how you play 8s. Do you have to score 8 or something? Is it like blackjack? I have no idea. In your hand. So I've got choose. How do I choose? Enter your choice. Do I put clubs? C on 9. 9 of C for clubs. Oh, because I did clubs, I should have done spades. Oh, 9 spades. I'm thinking. I don't know what he's trying to do. He's got another one. Right. Okay. Let's do Jack spades. Don't know whether I'm winning or losing that. How do you play 8? Does anybody know how? And is it simple? Because if it's simple instructions, put it down below, because I can do that. 4. How do I move to the next hand? Do I just do like go with hearts? Do I go Q? Then hearts? Does that? You can't play this card, right? Okay. So if I do King Spades, 3 of Spades. Can I can't play anything though now, so can I not? I don't know. Do I do 9 diamonds? Can't play this card. Queen of diamonds. I don't know how to play this game. Isn't that nightmare? So we put it on and no idea how to play it. I don't know what I'm doing, what they're doing, how they're working, or what it's about. But it's a good start. We actually got one to load. So this is an Atlantis game. I don't even know if I've got this in my collection. I've got quite a few mixture of Atlantis games, from their sort of new cover design to their old one. So we got quite. I've got quite a few of them, but not one that I remember. So let's go back to load it then. And we'll go again. That was a good start. A lot of background noise on this, but somebody said to me in the comments below that it's probably recorded at the time on the tape. So. It's very good. Now, oh, bullseye! Remember bullseye? What was it? You don't get anything for 2 in the bed or something like that. Possibly. Something like that. When you threw, it's about darts basically. It's a darts game. Now, here's the bizarre connection here. So when I went to university, I don't know if it was still on the television at the time. Bullseye. I'm not sure. Was it still on in the early 90s, mid 90s? Sorry. If it was, then it was still there. So my university, I did all the research. I checked how many bars were close by, and pubs, and nightclubs. Hey, it was 18, you know, what else were we going to do? 18, 19. What else were you going to do? So I checked all the important things, and one of the things about my university, and if you've ever been there, it's a bit of a weird city. It's basically a carpet type city. If you've ever been there, it's a city called Coventry. I went to Coventry University, which is in the heart of the city. And one of the things it does have is there's the main campus as you enter it. There's like a main campus building and sort of facilities and whatever else. Never been in it. I went there for years, never went in the blooming building. But to the left of that, as you kind of look forward past the fountain and all the nice things and the cathedral and whatever else, is to the left of that is a building, and it's just bars. There's like a little gym bit in one part of it, but every Friday night it got turned into a nightclub, and we used to drink and party. So we had like 3 levels to this bar. So I can't remember the names of them all, but I do remember the last one, which is where we get to this bullseye. But we'll get to it first anyway. So you had like a grungy rock bar down below, which was great. You know, everybody with long hair went down there and moshed away. That was great. And then we had the middle bit was kind of ravey and sort of techno of the time, and that was there. And there was another little bar off to the side, and one that sort of supported the gym, because like you need a bar and a gym. And also, to be fair, they did a lot of shows in there. And then the very top floor was called Bullies, after Bullseye, because it was Bully is the name of the little mascot, the little thing there, and Bully used to live behind the bar. There was an actual real life Bully, the bull, there. So there we go. So there's the bullseye connection with my university days. I've just got a cup of coffee, so I'm going to take a quick sup. Oh, it's a good cup of coffee today. I think it's a combination of the fact that the weather has dipped a little bit. It's less sunny outside. We've had some nice showers of rain. It's kind of taken the edge off the heat, and it's just cool enough that I'm not sweating here like you wouldn't believe. But I'm just sort of just taking that edge off. It's quite nice. Just having another sup of that. That was really good. I hope you've got a beverage if you're doing that, if you're watching at the moment as well. So yeah, so Bullseye, that was the thing, and Bullseye had, what was his name, Jim Bowen, wasn't it? Was the sort of host of the show, and then there was the voice that in one. Do you remember that? In one. Oh, but this is not what I think it is. This is a listing. Any Keys boards. This is Alison Kerr, December '93. This is a listing. Wow. Oh, wow. Let's hit the run button. Shuttle Software. Now, Shuttle Software, I'm sure they did some bizarre, sort of not very good software. Level 1, press S3, a single S, D for double 2, T for treble, B for bull, R for 25 rings. Okay, fair enough. I don't... That's weird. Okay. I'm just trying to make the... There's a little background hum on the specky. They always seem to have that, don't they? I'm sure it's fixable with a capacitor, not capacitor, resistor change, but there's like a background hum on the sound. Right. Okay. Level 1. S3, D2, T6, B for bull, and R for ring. Use the cursor keys to move and T to throw. Select the height and the angle and whatever else is choice. So level 1. Oh right, okay. There's a few games here to choose from. Doubles, cricket, killer, round the board, noughts and crosses. So let's try 5, around the board. I don't know how to play this. Round the board is a simple game in which each player must I thought it was a fly in my coffee for a minute there. I had this buzzing noise, and it's not. It's close by though. Go away! Get off my coffee. Around the board is a simple game in which players must hit the doubles in order 1 to 20 and finish with the bull. Yeah, okay, I'll try that one. Play computer practice. Let's do practice. I can't do that. How many playing? Up to 5. One person's playing. D for doubles. Start at 1. I don't know where 1 is. No, 20 because it's at the top, isn't it? 20 is at the top, isn't that right? Yeah, it is. It's kind of in the top. 20. Okay, we're drawing. So I think we have to aim with the cursors now. We have to do. Do we have to use the cursor keys to aim? One C. Don't know. Not sure how to play that really. Was this a game anybody else played? Did anybody else have this? I don't know whether or not how many versions of Bullseye there were for the Spectrum. It's one of these things. I don't know the numbers of it. I'm going to cancel that. We're going to carry on because that one's going to take a bit of fiddling. So we got it to load though. So it's a good start. We're doing alright. I'm just looking at the tape over the top of the microphone there. Sorry about leaning on it. So if I made a funny noise, it's me leaning on it. Let's have a look. Oh. That's not good. I hear Spectrum noise underneath that. Oh, there we go. There we go. Test program. Ooh. Are these the things you programmed, Douglas? I wonder if they were. I like these kind of things. These are some of my favourites. These are some of my favourite things to find. Things that have been programmed in, that have been written by somebody along the way to do it. Not any loading screens on that first one, but that's fine. We're doing okay. So as mucky as they look, these tapes, they seem touch wood. They seem to still work, which is even better. Which is what we like. Excellent stuff. Proper history. Another sup of coffee. Oh, that's good. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love a good cup of coffee. I think if anybody ever came to me, you know, I do this channel for fun, but if anybody ever came to me and said that we'd like to sponsor you as a coffee person, you know, you have to have it tattooed on your butt or something like that. So when I bend over, then it's just coffee or something. You know, whatever brand it is. Possibly not Nescafe. Don't bother phoning me, Nestles. I'm not too keen on you doing that. But you know, I think I probably would. Computer game rentals. Test match. It's test match cricket. Another one that's like a full-on loading code one. I don't know if it'll run though. Oh, it has to some extent. It wasn't brilliant. I'm just gonna play. Do you want instructions? No. Oh! Oh, that's weird. It's loading that as well? So although it crashed out, it's actually loading this the match now? Oh, weird. Never understood cricket, really. Just seems to be people standing around for a long time, having a rest on the thing. My granddad used to like cricket. I remember him liking cricket. I remember him watching like an empty screen with a beer in his hand. You know, well, I say empty screen, it's like a patch of grass with like two guys in white outfits and another one sort of occasionally hoying a ball at them. And I remember he seemed quite enjoy that because he could sit there for like 5 hours solid just drinking beer. I think I'm missing the point here, aren't I? I think that you know, it's just dawned on me all these years. Actually, he probably was just drinking beer. And the cricket just was an excuse to drink beer. No, I can't get up and help my granny in the kitchen or in the garden or whatever else. Just definitely can't do that right now. The cricket's on the telly. And get some of the beer while you're at it. Possibly that's where we're going through with that. I've just got that one after all these years. See, that's maybe why you see, I'm probably missing a trick here with sport. Maybe I should need to do sport. Or not sport, do sport, but watch sport, because then I could probably have a drink while I'm watching the sport. Wow. I didn't even realise until now. I don't mind. To be fair, though, I mean, you know when they have these, like, new sort of modern-day electronic championship stuff? I was listening to, sort of, you know, these e-sports. That's the word I was looking for. E-sports, electronic sports, to be honest with you. But do you remember that they have these e-sport things? Do you think they all have, you know, all the spectators are there having, like, a beer and enjoying it like that? Probably do, actually. I get some esports, by the way, in the sense of what they are, but some ones I just don't get. I can't imagine watching Call of Duty through the eyes of somebody running around in it is particularly entertaining. It's probably more interesting to have a more sort of open camera. Do they do that? I think they do, don't they? I think they get special tools and stuff like that for the whole thing that do weird and wonderful bits and pieces. Look at that lurid green. Look at it. Huh? You could blind a donkey with that. I'm not sure why donkeys are looking at it. But anyway. Press test match. Cricket. Do you want to enter your own team or use the ones held in the computer? I'll use the ones held in my computer. Oh, you can load your own. Look, that's cool. England. Cook. Fowler. Gower. Lamb. Botham. Randall. I'm sure these are people I should know. Enter to continue. I want to enter. I would like to bat, please. Enter to continue. Would you like to confirm that you wish to make any amendments? No, I just wish to continue. Right, okay. Select my bowler. I can't remember who was a bowler. Who's a bowler? Is it bowling? It's like the bowlers at the bottom. Board? Oh, okay. Oh, it's like a. Do I do anything? Run. Oh, so it's basically it's an interactive one. It's a bit like, well, not interactive. It's more of a management sim by the looks of things. You know, so the shots, the bold. Do I want to run? I'm going to say yes. No. Run out, missed. So the bowling to me again. And he's whacked it. No, I don't want to run. No, I don't want to run. Go on, whack it. 4 runs. Okay. Declare or bowler. Bowler 5. Wicket keeper. 4 runs. Am I winning? Can't work out. No. Wicket keeper. Wicket keeper. Yes, I do want to run for that one. No. That's got us a couple of points. Let's get Hog to throw. Yeah, I definitely want to run. No, I don't think I'll make it for another one. That's cool. Yeah, I want to run. No more. Another run. I quite like it. Who's it by? I'm going to say no because I think that I can't remember which stump they had to throw it at, but I think they threw it at the closest one, so yes, I want to run. No, I don't. We did alright there. Lawson. Nope. Well, I'm quite enjoying this. This is my kind of cricket. I'm drinking my coffee and oh, do you think we can make the run here? Do you think we can make it? I'm going to try another one. Oh, we've done it! No more. Now give us a 2. Oh, I've had my cup of coffee. It was brilliant. It's actually making me go blind, this green. I'm sitting right on top of it. Yeah, I want to run. I don't want to do it again. Oh no, run out! That's kind of cool. I quite like that one. That's really good. I enjoyed that one. That's quite good fun. That one, more than a bigger surprise than I thought it was going to be. Actually, right? Let's reset the old specky and let's go for the next one. That was good. I enjoyed that. That was basic. Okay, loaded it. I'm enjoying this tape. The bully thing was a bit weird, but we had the 8s thing, which I'd like to learn how to play. We had bullseye, and we had, well, it's probably not based on bullseye, to be honest with you. It's probably based on something else, to be honest. So oh, league. I wonder if it's a football. Wait, I feel a sports theme coming on here. A really sporty type of theme on this tape. It doesn't actually say that on the top. It just says games on the back of it. It's good. We're about halfway through the tape. It says 60 minutes on the top. By the thickness of it, I think this is 60 minutes per side. Because we've been loading for 15. That's probably about right. Actually, if we've been loading for about 15 minutes, it's probably about right. It's probably about right. Yeah. Oh, I'd had a little break in it. I heard that. Did you hear the little break in it? Computer Rentals Limited, the Cricket League. I feel a very crickety thing going on here. I wonder if we can run it. I don't know if it'll run. Cricket League, out of date. I knew that was going to come. So it must be very similar to the other one. That's actually quite good. Prudential. I hadn't realised that Douglas was such a big cricket fan. Let's try the next one. There were a lot of cricket games out there. I remember the one that I remember for the Spectrum was one that came with a cover thing, and I'm sure it was just called Titchmarsh. And I think you had like a zoom in when you kind of you had to hit it yourself. One of my favourite sort of bat and a sort of some kind of ball kind of games is definitely the Neo Geo version of baseball. That was good. I like that one. And that's totally different to the Spectrum thing that we're doing right now, but definitely one of those things that I really enjoyed. I was a big fan of the Neo Geo. As I say, I remember seeing it back in the day. My friend had one. He was one of them Joneses kind of people, you know. They were the Joneses, but they kept on keeping up with the Joneses, and nobody else was keeping up with them. So he had every console and all the other stuff. But he used to trade them in and out. I bet he wishes he hadn't nowadays, to be honest with you, because he had a Neo Geo back in the day. But the games were so expensive that he had like 2 or 3. But he had to trade them in backwards and forwards with people. Even back then, we were talking, you know, in the mid 90s, they were between sort of £70 and £200 a piece. And I know that's the nowadays that you can. Some of them are. I saw one recently was £15,000, and I can't remember what it was. I think it was a Metal Slug, because some of those are worth an awful lot of money. And he had those things. And he was trading those things in and out. I bet kind of he wishes that they'd held on to them, because you know they're kind of worth a fortune. Oh, we're having such a good time, and now we're not. We're literally getting REM, whatever it's called. Let's give it a little rewind here. Let's give it a little rewind. Just too much for it. Might give the tape a quick drive a quick clean in a second. We'll give it a try. We'll keep going. We're not gonna mess with the Tolkien style Azimuth. Seriously, it's like some kind of gigantic sort of dragon of some sort. I just imagine it on a sort of a pile of gold, retro gold that is. You know, it's lying on a pile of spectrums, and breathing. I don't know, ginger-haired Sir Clive Sinclair's out of his mouth or something similar. Maybe, I don't know. Making it up now. Well, we're gonna move on because that one's not. It's not liking that one. Let's have a little look at the tape before we move on. Let's pop the tape out the drive. Well, it looks pretty clean, but you don't know with these things. You know, it's sort of an age thing. 1 second before we do that. Let's give the tape drive a quick clean. Hang on. Let's reach up here. I always feel that there was such a disadvantage, the original sort of the +2s, in the sense of the tape drives. I mean, obviously people didn't expect them to still be blooming running 40 years later, kind of thing. But the point is that there was a disadvantage because they didn't have that tape counter, and they don't have a volume control. So there's no way to turn the volume off. It's just like one set of volume, whether you like it or not. So you can't really. Because effectively the computer is listening to the tones. It's not doing anything else other than listening to it and then converting those bytes of data into sort of all those tones into data that it can then load into its memory. So it's kind of one of those. It's an odd one, realistically, that they didn't have that there. But of course, it was all about cost saving at the end of the day. That's what they did. So Amstrad brought the cost down, made it into what was seen, because it was a games machine for the most part. You know, a lot of games on there, and that's exactly what they did. They just turned it into that. So that's what we ended up with, unfortunately. So right, okay. So let's carry on and see if we can get this thing to load this time round. We'll give it a quick rewind, and we'll just do that because it's nice and dirty. And let's get it going. Could be the old Azimuth on this one, but I'm listening for the noise. Listen. Sounds better. Quick clean of the heads. And it's picking up better than it was. Nope, it isn't. Quick clean of the heads and it completely doesn't do it. Right, we're going to try it through the other thing. We're going to one more try. One more try and then we'll move on. So let's just get the other tape deck out. We have got it. Okay, let's do the cheat. That drive into the drive. We get the old mono jack, because that's what comes out of these tape recorders. So we need to go convert it to mono. So we get the mono jack out of there. Otherwise, you get a lot of feedback from it all. Now we've got that one in. Right, let's press the play on here. Let's give this a quick new before we do the next thing. Load dit. Right, that's on. Need to rewind it a touch. That's the end of the last thing, I think. Yeah, that's the end of the last thing, so we'll just wait for that a second. That's better. Oh, that's the end of the last one. Yeah, we'll leave that one. We'll let that one go. Sorry about that. Rewound it a little too far. It's all okay. It's all good. It's all good. Sorry about that. That was me moving the microphone, so it's in a better position for me, over my face. Here we go. Just move the tone a little bit there. We'll see whether this works. It probably won't, but we'll give it a try. It went a little bit weird last time round, didn't it? And it did it, and then it failed just at that last sort of second, the moment we were doing it. God, I love Spectrum sort of loading things. It was just a great idea to have the little bars moving up and down and actually build that in. It's just a lovely feature. I do like it. It's funny, isn't it, how you do things. The other day I was playing playing some Commodore games, just to record them, to collect them all up for things. Now, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Let's move on. So let's stop that and let's take this out here and let's just move on. We're going to move on. It said it was pool. It was probably pool at a rough guess. So I was going to assume it's pool. Because it's not something normally very exciting, we're going to just move on and we'll see what we get next. Hopefully we're going to get this one to work. Let's see. That's just the data of that particular part. It's where it actually stopped, funnily enough, where there's another little bit of data. So let's do a little fast forward. Alright. Ometron? Not heard of this game before. Ometron. Oh, this looks interesting. What's this? Oh, this one looks interesting. Let's break and let's just redo a new and let's do a load again. This looks good. What's this? Ometron. Ometron. Come on then. Be a good one. There's just a weird grab of data there. I don't like that. There's like a little scuff of data. Right, we're gonna try it again. I'll just put the tape drive on the floor. Let's just put it back in there. Let's see if we can go from that again. Let's get that zapping in here. Let's do this. Let's see if we can move that. See if we can coax it into working. That's better. Turned up the volume, you see, effectively. Turn up the volume, change the tone. No, there's a weird bit there. There's no data after that. That little, you see, you hear this bit. Listen, right. So we I rewound it probably too far there. There. Right. Okay, listen to this. There's a weird bit here. So we get the first little load piece here. Right. And then this next bit is very quick. There. There's something not quite right on the tape just at that point. That's really bad. That. Right. We're gonna have to look. What we'll do is we'll put the tape and we'll go for it. But I'm gonna have to look that one up because I've not heard of that one before. That looks interesting. Let's see whether or not we can find it. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, just do that. Put this on the floor. Right. Oh, dropping everything. Sorry. Hang on. Cables galore. I tend to get there's a number of consoles that I have out, and Spectrum because it's keyboard and whatever else. Realistically, is a PC, a computer rather than a. Actually, to be fair, in theory, it's a personal computer, so it is a PC. Anybody wants to argue, I don't care. But basically, the Spectrum's a computer, and because it's got a keyboard, and I need the sort of desk space. I only have a PC out most of the time, and a number of consoles in a sort of stack up the side of the side, so it gets taken in and out when required, rather than actually sitting out all the time. So we're going to search this game that we got here. Ometron. Ometron from Software Projects. Wow. Okay. Let's do it. There we go. I don't know what this is, but it's going to be cool, I'm sure. Software Projects had some, the one I remember that really annoyed me was, or didn't annoy me, but it's really tough. It's Trouble with Tribbles. It's really tough. That was a tough game. Ometron. No details. 1983 game. Quite a long load, this one, actually, to be honest with you. So on the scale of things, there's a very likely that on the tape here we've only got probably another 2 games at a push, depending on the size. So that's roughly where we're at. I feel like I should know this one, and I don't. I got quite a lot of software project games. I like software projects, but like most people, sorry about that. I must have clipped the cable there. But like most people, I think that I kind of sort of, you know, I don't know. I didn't start late with collecting. Cause I've been collecting for the last collecting Spectrum stuff anyway. So the last 5-6 years now. So I wasn't. I basically came back to it. And I hate to say this, but you know what brought me back? And there's lots of savage and horrible stories about this particular product, and I backed it, and I thought it was I liked it. It was wrong. It should have had an HDMI output, but I liked it, and I liked that it was still backed by Sinclair at the time. It was the ZX Spectrum Vega. That brought me back to Retrogaming, brought me back to the Spectrum. It was playing on that, and I realised that I quite enjoyed it, and that I really wanted a Spectrum to play it on. That brought me back to sort of collecting and gaming and whatever else it is. I mean, like most gamers and most younger gamers, they do this. I think we do this, don't we? I think what we do is we use our current hobby to fund our next hobby, if that makes sense. So if you're into gaming in a big way and you love games and whatever else it is, and you want the latest and greatest, you'll often trade in your current console against the price of a new console. So you know, when the Xbox Series X comes out and the PlayStation 5, there'll be plenty of Xbox Pros and Xbox Series 1s and all this kind of stuff, and Xbox and PlayStation 4s going back to be traded in, and they'll be sold at, you know, healthy profit for the people trading it in and all this kind of stuff. So there's going to be quite a prolific amount of those. Personally, I'm not planning to buy the next generation at all, but that's a different story altogether. But we used to do that, and I used to do that myself. I mean, I certainly moved from, when I moved from console to console, you know, I did various things. The weirdest one I did, though, I think, was when I sold my original Commodore Commodore Amiga A500. I sold that, and I had a trapdoor for that with the extra sort of it was 1.5 meg of RAM, so I could go up to the full 2 meg of RAM in it. It was a weird trapdoor, that one. It was 1.5. It was weird, fast RAM. And then I had the additional floppy drive that went on top of it, which was really, really handy. And I traded it all in, and I gave my mate all of the discs that went with it. Now, he was always smart. He always kept all of his things, so he's still got his original Electron from when he was a kid, and he's still got his Commodore Amiga, and he's also got A1200 because he bought it back in the day at the time because he wanted to, and he thought it was really good, so he kept it. So, but me, I traded in my Commodore Amiga, which was fully working and whatever else it was. Loved that machine. Absolutely loved my Commodore Amiga. I've still got one, I've got a new one, by the way. I've got 2, actually, to be fair. But I loved those machines. They're fantastic machines. And I traded them in for... Oh, this looks impressive. That's sort of 3D sort of graphics going on there with, like, spaceships and all kinds. Whoa. That looks really good. I don't know how I would play it, but it looks really good. Should look for the controls. Should we look for the controls? Save ourselves mid fiddling around. Let's look for the controls. So let's do a quick search for that. But yeah, so I traded it in. I traded it though from the weird thing that I traded it for is I actually traded it for a Super Nintendo with a couple of games, being one of which being Street Fighter 2 Turbo. One of the games I absolutely loved. I loved that one. It was just one. It was just one of those games that I had to have, and I did have a SNES before that, which I traded for the Spectrum. It just makes it even more bizarre, doesn't it, that I actually traded it for the Spectrum. Right, I'm going to look for the controls. Oh, wow. Some weird... I'm just looking at the packaging here. I'm just going to view the packaging. It's like some kind of weird sort of sausage creature on there. There's no instructions, really. They're like... It's like... Imagine 2 sausages grafted together with the pox. So weird. So CV... Space or caps to fire. Cap shift to fire. Right, okay. And B to flip. Right, okay. How do we start? And M to start. So we're just like it's like a shoot 'em up. Fair enough. Oh, it's alright actually. But do you know what? If you'd had this back in the day, you'd have been mightily impressed by it. The graphics are really good for what it is. You were destroyed. You have destroyed that wave. However, there are more on the way. Like TIE fighters, are they? Yeah, little TIE fighters. Yeah, you'd have been mightily impressed by this back in the day. The graphics are quite good, and that pseudo 3D is brilliant. It looks good. Oh look, there's a grid reference on the bottom of the screen of where they are. See a little thing where I'm spinning round? I think it shows me roughly where the creatures are. Or maybe it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I thought it might have done, but you can spin around so quickly you can obviously see them. Got to track that one forward. Ah, there he is. And nobody's killed me yet. Yeah, more on the way. Omatron. Quite like it. Need to get a copy now because it's got a bizarre. Oh, got hit. It's almost as well. It's almost like, you know, the direction you're facing. Something's crashed into me there. Got me. Zapped me. That's a fast-moving square. Yeah, I like the vector graphics. It's quite good. Not a game I've played before. Very nice. What a lovely find. Something different on a What's on the Tape. To be fair, we've had a few different ones there. I don't think we've had many cricket games. We usually have football. We get a lot of football. We don't get a lot of cricket games. Cricket games are not one of the usual. Ah! There we go. Level 4. I'd have quite enjoyed this. I would have played this quite a lot on the Spectrum back in the day. I can imagine me playing this one. I quite liked the vector graphics. I just thought that. Funny thing is, I was a kid. I always thought they were the future. Three-dimensional graphics of some sort. I mean, I would have probably, if you've shown younger me three-dimensional graphics that you've got nowadays, you know, just some of the stuff that appeared later, just even the early generations of the stuff. I mean, younger me seeing Doom for the first time, I blew my mind. I wasn't that young, to be honest with you, but when I played Doom for the first time, I was like, yep, that's it. You know, this is how all games will be, and I was not wrong, to be honest with you, because all games were like that. There's so many first-person shoot-em-ups. They're like little mini Death Stars, spinning Death Stars, or coat hangers. Coat hangers. Attack of the coat hangers. Wow. There's a coat hanger. Get the coat hanger. Oh, it's got me. It's all over. Yeah, that's alright. That's alright. M to play at any time. Omatron. The Mon Patrol. That's what it is. Mon Patrol? Montron? Don't know. TIE Fighter. It's TIE Fighters. Did actually call them sugar cubes. Yeah, sugar cubes. Cool. It's kind of like what I killed. I think it's showing me all the things I killed. Sugar cubes. Piranatrons or whatever. Pyramidtrons. Coat hangers. It was coat hangers. Awesome. Such weird things. Battle flags. Is that what got me? The battle flags. No, I never got to it. Oh, these are the levels. Pursuit ship Mark 7. Okay. Quasar droids. Wow. Laser Wing 325. Sorry, 235. Xenon Invaders. Showing us all the levels here just for the fun of it, isn't it? Omatron. Yeah, cool. Like that. Need that in my collection now. Need it. Need it. Need to be added. Right, basic. Load. Dit. Let's do it. That's the end of Omatron. I should have turned the light on. I can't see. I can't see. It's a bit dark actually for the day. It's all the rain. I'm not complaining though. I'm really not complaining. I don't mind a bit of heat, but sometimes. That sounds like something loading. Like a loading screen. If that's a loading screen, it might be early. That might be early on in something. Nothing thus far. Right, we're going to go forward a bit. It's a long. It was a long loader, that one, so we're going to give it a try. End of a tape, probably. There we go. That looks like a space. That would be about right. We have a space. We have a gap. We are going for it. Ah, there we go. What we got now? That was exciting. I enjoyed that one. Supercom. I think I had this one. This is an Atlantis game where you kind of, I think you run it's a satellite system that you run. You kind of, I'm not entirely sure what was involved in it. It's like they had a lot of these games. Do you remember Hacker? Hacker was brilliant, but at the same time confusing as hell. It had really no instructions, and you were trying to be a hacker in the time. You know, this is sort of like war games type thing where you kind of. I even know what the name of that, by the way, was. That the thing that he used to do. He used to do what's called war dialing. When he used to dial all the phones in the War Games movie, he basically was dialing them until he found a computer that responded, and then basically at the end of the day, when he'd left it running and dialing every flipping number in a whatever area or within a particular range, he could then dial those particular ones back that responded. So I do remember. I think that's just gone blank. Yeah, that's definitely gone blank. That's definitely gone blank. That's gone blank. We lost it. We lost it there. That must be on PlayZX. Has to be Supercom. I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to go straight to PlayZX here. We're not even going to try and give it another go. We're gonna plow on with via the easiest method here. So now that we know what's there, but yeah. So there was kind of that hacking thing, and Supercom was kind of a bit like that. It's trying to be Hacker, but it's not Hacker. And Hacker was much more impressive, and we were all kind of like the way it worked, but it didn't give you any instructions. It kind of literally just dropped you in it, and then you were kind of trying to stop. Was it nuclear war you were trying to stop? I think that's what it was. Supercom, is it 2 words? Supercom from Atlantis, it is 2 words. Right, okay, let's push the play button on here. And there we go. There we go. Supercom. So this is kind of the same sort of thing, but this is Atlantis' version of it. I never quite understood. Not that I tried to do it. I didn't quite. I think it was because it was a complex puzzle. Possibly, maybe it was just a bit beyond my brain back as a kid. I always liked the idea of Hacker, but I never knew what I was doing on it. In fact, I never knew what I was meant to be doing on it. I'm sure I was meant to be stopping nuclear war, but I don't know how I was meant to be stopping nuclear war. It was one of those kind of things. It's like you want to love it, but I have nostalgic feelings about how it ran, but I don't think it was. I don't think it changed the world. I think it's a 128k version of it. Actually, I've got that somewhere. I think I picked it up in a bundle. It came in a bundle. It was 128k. I don't know what the 128k version does over the other one. Probably adds a more additional atmospheric music or something similar. I don't even know if this gave you some information, because I think you can dial just numbers, and there's like I think there might have been some in the manual that you could dial, if that makes sense. So the little inlay that came with this had some numbers you could dial. I'm just looking up to see whether or not I've got it. I don't think I've got it. I think I got it. It did come on a cover magazine, and I think we may have even have seen it on What's on the Tape in the sense of cover magazine. So I think that's what it came on. That was its big sort of claim to fame, and it managed to make that. So with at least it got somewhere. Right. Well, I reckon on this tape we probably got on this Alpha Plus tape we probably got 1 or 2 other games possibly, or maybe just the one. So what we'll do is we'll do this one. We'll see whether we can load the next one game on this tape, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see whether it's there, and we'll probably call it a day there because that's giving you an hour. You've listened to me for an hour. What else do you want? Do you want longer? You want it? I mean, we have had some epics. The epics were very much a product of the lockdown. Unfortunately, life has come back at a full tilt for me, and I know it's not so many people have been so lucky, but it definitely come back at full tilt. And I do hope that July is a good time for people, and that businesses aren't as ruthless as just money, but unfortunately I feel that may be the case. So I hope I hope everybody is safe and they're okay. But we'll see, because that's when the government changes the scheme at the end of July for people who are furloughed, so the companies don't get so much money. So this will be the point that they make business rather than social decisions. And I'm neither a socialist or a capitalist. I always like to say a realist. People are people, and you need to be nice to people as well as business has to make money. You can't be so naive that they don't need to make some money. But at the same time, it's really sad when the cost is human. That's why I'm not big keen on machines in stores. I know, because I work with computers, and I'm really unkeen on things. When I see these things in these supermarkets, these machines that people put in that scan things, and that's effectively wiped out 6 jobs. That upsets me really, because if they were paying some kind of tax, then maybe not. Maybe not so bad. Right, okay, so initializing system Pleeway. All the numbers and codes and numbers within this simulation are fictitious. Any similarities to real life persons, phones, or codes are purely unintentional. That's fine. So, as I say, it's initializing the system, and as I say, I think it's about calling things, and I can't remember the ins and outs of this. It is very much a hacking kind of thing. There we go. So, we've got dial. All modems and interfaces are online to system. Right, okay, so what we should do is, 3 for information first. Open overall status. Right, 5 accounts. Your phone bill is, right, okay. Dial. Who's it dialing? Or is it waiting for me to dial? Oh right, they're fictitious numbers, so we actually don't even have a number to dial. Huh. Non-valid. Alright, okay, fair enough. Analyze. Line. Right, it's looking now. Alright, it's analysing data, so maybe it's looking for a number now. Maybe that's what we're meant to do. This is where I think you need a number to start it all off with. I don't think it's as easy as just doing whatever else it is. You've got to have like a number to dial. Three information. The missing number lies between 76 and 99. Okay. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? I've pushed a key and it seems to have... What's going on? Is that a clue? Have I crashed it? I think I've crashed it. Oh, that's so disappointing. Yeah, well, I've crashed it. But basically, you meant to dial some numbers and get something back. But I think there's something in the manual about it. I don't think it's not straight. I think it's straightforward in the sense of initially getting you started. But I think that's about the general gist of it. I'm gonna have a look at what's it called? Supercom, was it? Can't remember now. Was it Satcom or Supercom? Yeah, Supercom. Atlantis. Let's have a little look. Game simulation. What came in the manual? I'm just gonna have a look at the manual if I can. Let's see if we can see the cover. There we go. I found the inlay for Supercom. I haven't played. I definitely don't have this in my collection. 1, 2, 3. I'm just trying to. I'm going to rotate it because I can't read it. Let's have a little look. The government has failed to track down a criminal mastermind who's holding the country to ransom with a computer-activated nuclear codes. It's got a young boy with a can of Coca-Cola connecting to it. It's basically war games. So what you're meant to do, it contains new codes and no two games are the same. So it basically changes. So what? It doesn't tell you what they are. Ah, right. Okay. They do actually have some information. So the number supplied by the CIA agent is 818-771, and then there's the 2 digits missing, and the 2 digits missing is where it's the 76. Blah 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 blah. That's fair enough. Okay, fair enough. That's a game probably worth trying again, especially when you've got the instructions. That does actually help. That's one I might have to find. Actually, that looks quite cool. Cool. Might give that one another go at some point. Anyway, let's see where we get to. Let's see if we've got anything last before we finish this tape. So that's Supercom on there. Let's fast forward on and see if it's Alpha Plus. Alpha Plus. Tape has anything else on it? Whether there's any more little gifts and goodies that we can have. I've quite enjoyed this one actually, to be honest with you. I don't normally do cricket, but I quite enjoyed that one. It's a nice combination of odds and sods so far. 8s, Bullseye, which is definitely more the darts related thing rather than the cartoon. Not cartoon. Yeah, can you imagine? Actually, to be fair, that would have been cool as a cartoon. To be fair, it was a cartoon bull, wasn't it? At the end of the day, it kind of used to go, one. Yeah, sort of mood as it came up. We had pool that didn't work. We had another test match cricket. Nature of the beast with these things. Okay, here we go. This is space. Here's our little breather now. This could be our final one. This is it. Yeah. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. There we go. What the heck is that? That looks... What the heck? Spaghetti? What the heck? Oh, in that Omatron. Well, that was weird. Spaghetti. Spaghetti? Spaghetti. Bug bites. Oh, right. Okay. We need to have a little search for that. This is our final one. I don't think we've got any more on that tape looking at it. No, I don't think we're going to get anything else out of it. But what we're going to do is we're going to load this one. We're going to give this a load straight from the old PlayZX if we can get it, if we can find it. This is another one I've not played before. This is interesting. I hope this is a good one to finish with. Excited. Right, load it. I've did that before I actually put it down, and it was spaghetti or something like that. Spaghetti Junction from Bug Bites. Spaghetti? Oh, I don't know how you pronounce it. Anyway, but it's a Bug Bites game. This is interesting. This is not again another game I haven't seen before. This is cool. We like these. We like them when they're different. We like it when we get something we've not played before. We get a nice loading screen to finish and a beautiful game to finish that we're going to be absolutely chuffed with. I'm going to be so delighted. That'll be a brilliant way to finish this second episode off after the disaster of not finding any data on that other tape. What about that? How about that? No more data. Oh. To be fair, it had like crackling noises and like smacking noises and things like that. I say smacking noises, it sounds like somebody was murdered on it, doesn't it? No, there was nobody murdered on the tape. It was just definitely, it was just like somebody. It was like somebody recorded over it with just trying to record silence, but stuck in a room, and you obviously get the creaks and the sort of noises of things in the background. So that's what was on the tape from Dave Place, Retrogames, Lee Birdsall. So unfortunately, the second side wasn't so good. Oh, we get to drive a Rolls Royce. Well, there's a hedgehog on the road, and there's some tacks as well. J and SJ. I can't even pronounce it. Bugatti Junction. Bugatti Junction. Was it? Do you think it was Spanish? Looking at the names, it could have been. Probably is actually another one I've not seen before, even heard of. Love these kind of tapes. It's brilliant when you find somebody. It's like, do you know what? It's like fishing through a drawer of you know, when you get if you ever get sort of like a big job lot or something, and you buy it, and it's kind of like you don't know what's on it, and you open it up and you open that box and you dig through it and you find something random and exciting and whatever else it is. This is that kind of thing. It's the same. This is the Spectrum equivalent of just, you know, opening a box which you didn't know what it is. You know, it's like I don't know, guess emptying a house or even moving into a new house. I remember my friend moved into a new house, and in the attic there was a selection of clay models that had been left by the previous owner. Just loads of clay models that they'd made, and just random sort of structures and people. Just weird, really. Either that was some kind of ritualistic, I don't know, witchcraft thing, because we did have that in one of the episodes of What's on Tape, and the thing is still there to download if you want to get at it. There's a links in those things, so it's still there to download if you want to hear about how somebody dug up was grave robbing effectively. It was kind of weird, really, to be honest with you. I took it all off the tape. It was just recorded off the radio. I wonder why they recorded that. I think it was after a show, wasn't it? One of those, you know, when they used to do data blasts over the radio station waves. I never got those. Never got them round my area, to be honest with you. Do you know what? I think we were all pretty much. There was a very few of my friends were anything other than Spectrum users, and there was the one or two that had a Commodore, and one or two. Well, to be fair, when I was at school, I don't remember a single one of my friends having a Commodore. However, to be fair, I was one of the I don't know, I was one of the few kids who had a Spectrum. There was a few that had the NES, and a few that had the Master System. But I was one of the few that had a Spectrum. I was mostly there were Spectrums. I don't think there was any Commodore users. So unfortunately, I didn't get to have that childhood of going nah. Spectrum's better. The childhood wars never really occurred for me. So we never really worried about that because there was so few of them. We didn't have to worry. So we didn't worry about the Commodore users. We didn't. And my friend had an Amstrad, which I wished it had the colour screen because it would have just blown my mind. Because I think the problem with the green screen, which is lovely of Amstrad to do that, but they should have made it a lost leader. Lost leaders, and when it comes to financial stuff, are quite good. There was a big £100 gap between the green screen version and the full colour monitor that you could get with the Amstrad CPC. Nowadays, the way that the people sort of get your money to some extent is that they go, well, you can have the green screen one, but it's like 15 quid less than you'd pay for the full colour one. So buy the full colour one instead. You know, and what would happen is most people would put their hands in the pockets and buy the full colour one. And you'd never sell any of the green screen ones. Never. They'd be there, but there'd be like half a dozen of them. So they could have lost leaded it and everybody would have had a colour one. But anyway, it had a green screen one. And it really dulled from the fact that the Amstrad has such a beautiful palette. I mean, it's just absolutely stunning little machines, realistically. But anyway, wasted. Never mind. Right, I am about to play this game as we're talking. I don't know what the keys are. Should we look up the keys as well? Let's do that. Let's. I'm cheating this week. I'm cheating. I'm not even trying. I'm not even pushing the buttons. I'm literally going to cheat and do it. Close without saving. Yes. I'm cheating. We're getting the controls. We're looking for it. I haven't even heard of this game before. Got a bit of music going on there. Arcade action. Right. Oh, it looks quite good. UK Euro version. Rush Hour controls. Controls. There's controls there. Look. Let's do 4 for controls. Oh, redefine 5. Never even thought. Left, right, up and down is 1 key. Oh, Z. Right, let's do start the game. I don't want rush hour. I want light traffic, number 1, and I want to do. Oh right, it is a bug bike game. I don't know if I've got this one or not. Looks like you're the traffic guard, the guy doing it. So let's do start the game. So this will be the way they're coming. There's a football pitch there. Have we hung? Don't hung. It's P pause. Is that what I've done? I've pushed P for pause. Ah, I can't believe it. I think I've paused it. It's traffic control. He's used to drive for the other side of the road. He gets a lot of trouble. So you move up and down, left and right. Kempston joystick. You move to the next junction, and when you stop, you've got to basically stop all the traffic from crashing. By the looks of things, not a game I've played before. Very weird. Very weird. Let's get. I don't know what's going on with this one. Let's have a little look. I think I should have kept the controls the same as they were. I think I've proper broken it. I have broken it. I'll tell you what. I'm going to pause it here, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to reload it because I think we should see this one. I think we should see this one. So if you just stay there, by the power of sort of editing, I'll come back once the game is on. So I'll be back in a second. All right. Well, that was no fun at all trying to get this to work. So I had to go from the 128k to 128k to an Omni at 128k, and then change the Omni into 48k, and the game will work. So it's just completely incompatible with anything 128k. So you wouldn't be able to play it on anything else. Fair enough, I suppose. Anyway, so I have played it once. I don't really get it. You play the traffic guard, so we'll start. We're a little traffic guard there. We've got like 2 minutes of play or something similar there, where it says. So we basically, first off, if we want to get people to move, we can hold that down there, and it makes him. The sort of fire button makes you kind of point your arms, and then if we want to stop them, it makes them stop, and then we push that button that makes them go. We can make our arms sort of wiggle, saying you go, you go. Now there's some traffic there that wants to go. Yeah, see, there's a traffic there, and I don't know how I get that. There's a stream of traffic at this top one wanting to turn upwards, and I'm not sure how I get them to turn upwards. Yeah, I'm kind of wiggling my arms, but I can't get the blooming people to work. They're all go. Stop. Do I stop? Do I stop them? They want to go. You go that way. I don't know how to get this to work though. No, I don't want you to go. I want them to go. Hang on, I've got my arms pointing everywhere. Right. Everybody go. Everybody stop. Everybody go. You stop. You go. Right, okay. They go. Right, they go now. They stop and go. Right, okay, so we seem to have got it. There we go, there's a long queue of traffic there. And you go that way. You go. Time to go. Alright, we seem to have got it now, look. Your turn. Go, go, go. And now, you go across there. Aha! Stop. And you go. There we go. We seem to have got it when they've got the right angle. You go like that. One car snuck through there. Everybody go. Right, you go up that way. I'm quite enjoying controlling traffic. It's alright, actually. It's not a bad game. Not a game I've played before, but it's alright. You go around that way. Come on then. Up you go. Doing alright with the score. Whoever thought of controlling traffic as a game? It's just unbelievable, really, isn't it? I mean, you can't imagine this now as a AAA title, can you? AAA title. EA presents. EA Big. Traffic. Huh? Maybe not. A little bit queuing up there. We're going to let these guys go for a bit. And then we're going to stop that for a second and we'll let these ones go. One at the bottom's just chilling out, going across quite nicely by itself. You can wait. Everybody go. You only have to adjust one direction here. So the left and right kind of adjust your arm. The up and down just kind of rotates him on his spot, basically, whichever direction he goes. Like there's a big version of him at the bottom there as a traffic guard. There we go, what a great score! And that's it! That's all there is to it. What's the Euro version of it? Let's try the European version. Yeah, heavy traffic. It's basically the other way around. Alright, okay. And do you know what as well? I think I just need to rotate the one direction as well, a bit like I did with the other one. And then go like that, and they should stop and they go. Yeah, that's it. That's all there is to it. Oh my goodness, it's very actually it's just a rotation of the original one. So just to the other side of the road, just rotate it. So the aim of the game is to score as many points as humanly possible by basically letting as many cars go within as quick a point of time as you can. So when this is the time when we need to change this over because there's slowed down there, and there we go. Off we go. And then we need to change this one. Let this go as soon as we can. There we are. When we get a chance, we'll let that one go. And release. These traffic goes off that way. And trucks there. And hold. Yep. And release. It's not very exciting, really, is it? It's not going to blow your mind, but it's actually alright. Don't mind it. And you just basically have to make it to the end of the time and score as many points as you can. But the thing is that it's not a cheat, but you literally only have to press one button. Once you've rotated so you're facing upwards, you either have to push the left or right arm, so it's like that or that. And that's all there is to it. Or let them all go, like that. It's actually very, very simple to do. So you just, that one going up that way. And you're just ignoring that bottom lane. That bottom lane's just getting on with it by itself. There's nothing, because there's nothing comes from the junction above. So you just ignore that lane from below. I think I'm going to beat the score though. I'm definitely going to beat my score, I think. Here we go. Just let that long queue of traffic go out there. Just got to balance this traffic. Avoid the confusion of the road. Okay, and let them go. I've already blown my score away. Can you imagine, though, how many digits are involved in that? There's 6 digits there. Can you imagine getting 6 digits worth of blooming... It's unbelievable. You can never get 6 digits worth of score on this, even on the rush hour. Game over, 976 points. Actually, it's all right, to be honest with you. Just a case of moving it all around. But to be fair, once you've got the position, as I say, facing upwards, doing that, it's done. There's nothing else to it, because you just need to wiggle your arm left or right, basically, depending on which way. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Night Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe. And next week we'll finish off the other side of that tape. It's been a good one, and we've got another good start to this series. 2 tapes from 2 great people. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Bye bye now.